Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Bama Standard, your number one source for Alabama football and Alabama legends, and we are streaming live right now. I'm your host, over-the-hill powerlifter and Bama grad Justin Riley. With me, as always, is the All-SEC living legend, Mr. Marvin Constance, comedy legend Steve Brown, senior analyst of Touchdown, Alabama Magazine, Mr. Stephen M. Smith. What's going on, fellas?
Man, much. Hey, let's just get to it.
Let's get to it. Let's go and get to it.
Stephen M. Smith, would you please introduce our guest that's here?
Absolutely, man. So before we get too deep in the conversation, we do have to acknowledge one of the greatest offensive linemen who ever played in the history of Alabama football, whose beard is 18 times better than mine, puts my facial hair to absolute shame, make me want to regret even growing facial hair. We got Wesley Britt in the building.
Yeah, baby.
Hey, Wesley, I'm glad you're here, Wesley, but I'm kind of mad at you because where the hell were you Saturday? We needed you Saturday.
Stephen M. Smith beard look like that carpet fiber that's caught in the vacuum cleaner after you done.
Well,
Hey, man.
Sir.
well, let's
I'm
go
ready, man.
ahead.
Let's get it.
Let's go ahead and transition to constant chaos because there's a lot of chaos to talk about, and the man is about to introduce us to it. Marvin, go ahead.
The shirt says it all.
He made a Fire Pete t-shirt.
The shirt says it all, man. Hey,
Hey, Marvin, I'm surprised you ain't misspelled nothing, but go ahead.
hey, you see it? Hashtag fire. Get his ass out of there. Man, listen, man. I don't know what more to say, man. Listen, man. I was nervous on Saturday. I really thought we were about to take an early season L. The way Florida came back on us, and then Steve, you made a valid point. We put up 21 points in the first quarter, and after that, we put up 8 more points or 9 more points. What the hell is going on here?
Hey, well, let me tell you where it all started with me. Again, man, this is where you start teaching. This. The reason Florida, 2 reasons. Number one, they got their mojo because our offense was not moving the ball. The OC got pass happy and forgot that we have a decent offensive line and some great running backs. And before I can get super mad, the commentators already said it. Hey, Bama's gonna have some problems if all they're gonna do is pass the whole game. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing? So now, Florida, they adjust, they get a couple of stops, and now they got more confidence in us. And now we back in the dog fight. So I clearly blame the OC and I blame the sorry ass defense coordinator for having these kids not even in position to do anything.
Here's the thing.
You see it right there.
Here's the thing. I mean, I think we got a little complacent. You know, after going up 21-3, we didn't put them away. When you got a team on the ropes like that, knock them out. It felt like we just took a step back and thought they wouldn't fight back.
Hey, Justin, you know what, Justin? Justin, you know what? But Justin, you know what? Let me say this. You know what? When we went up 23 we went up to 21-3, I put all my clothes back on because I usually watch Bama games naked, and I'm like, come on, man.
Now, I'm gonna say this.
Hey, do you live stream that?
I was already. Look,
He has a watch party.
I was already upset how, like, Bill O'Brien did not let Brian Robinson get that 100-yard game. I was already mad about that. I was already mad about that. But my thought was, where was Trey Sanders and Roydell Williams?
Very good point.
Like he just withheld 2 running backs from seeing the field.
But hey, another thing, Brian Robinson has started getting hot after his little injury. He was breaking tackles, and every time it seemed like he got his momentum going, he would put him right back out. I'm like, dude, what are you doing?
Can I tell y'all something?
Yeah.
I had this grand plan that I was going to be out on October the 2nd watching games and everything else. I'm staying at home now. I'm really nervous about October the 2nd. But hold on. I told y'all 3 weeks ago
It's
catching
Miami.
after Florida and Ole Miss. And I will let you know what I thought. Was I wrong?
What I couldn't figure out is why do we have Will Anderson playing a 3 technique most of the game? Why don't you put? I've seen that. The only time I've seen that be successful is like a Justin Tuck playing for the New York Giants, coming at 3 technique in a 3rd and long position. I've never seen an outside linebacker rush defensive end step in at 3 technique in a run situation before Saturday.
Yeah. That's a tough spot to put him in because that's where your big body's at. So basically, you're taking his skill set away.
Yeah. I would have loved it, man, because they were running some zone blocking schemes too, and just it put me and Justin Smiley on any. I don't care how fast or strong you are. If you don't have 350 pounds of girth, we were moving you.
You see it. Hashtag fire Pete. Get his ass out of there.
Before we continue, join us is Trent Richardson. Welcome in, buddy.
What's up, big dog? My bad, y'all. I'm dropping on my kids for practice.
That's all right, man. Glad to have you on board.
I hope Pete Golden not their coach because they're gonna get their ass beat.
Say that again, that sir.
Terrible.
Pete Cola.
Pete
you know
Golden,
we had
Alabama's
19
defensive coordinator. Hashtag fire Pete. Get his ass out of there.
Hold on, Marvin, how long does it take you to get that shirt done?
About as long as it took Pete to get his ass handed to him on Saturday.
So a quarter.
Right.
Trent, I'm
Hey,
glad
man,
you
so
hopped in.
what y'all telling me? Y'all not gonna put none of this on Bill O'Brien, whatever his name is.
Yes, because you can't just score 9 points or 10. How many? 9 points? We scored 9 more points or 10 points.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a good look.
Yeah.
That's not
Hey,
not
man.
Alabama football.
I'm not getting down on
Hey,
Bill
man,
O'Brien.
but again, I say, why are you doing all this passing? It makes no sense. Why are you? I mean, we second and run, you want to pass the ball. I don't understand that.
Yeah, with a rookie quarterback in the most hostile stadium in the world.
Exactly.
We were rehashing that 99 game when y'all came down and ended that 30-game hard win at home streak because I was a Florida recruit sitting in the end zone where Shaun Alexander scored, and my brother-in-law had a Florida shirt on. Because I was thinking about committing to Florida. And when Shaun scored, he ripped it off, had a Bama shirt up under it, started going nuts, and we all got kicked out of the recruiting section. So that was it.
Nice.
Well, if you go back and you watch the film from that game, that last kick that Florida's kicker missed, you'll see me and Kenny Smith, we missed that gap so fast on him, he thought we was both coming, and he shanked it, and me and Kenny just both looked at each other like, that might be it right there.
Yep.
Oh, hold on, Marvin. The one time Kenny did right?
The one time Kenny did something damn right. The one time. With my help, of course.
Well, I tell you what, though, Kenny ended up having one hell of a career in the NFL. He played a long time.
Yeah, he did.
He really did. He was just he ended up being like a lunch pail guy, just coming to work every day, doing what it took to make the team and keep a job and help the team win football games.
Yeah, he got like 8 or 9 years in. So
yeah, he did.
He did his thing. So, Trent, I want to get your opinion on this. I consider you to be on the Mount Rushmore of running back U. How frustrating was it for you to watch us completely abandon the running game when B-Rob and Jace McClellan were gashing the Gators?
Man, you know what, man? We did that 1 year, right? And we did that for one game. That was my sophomore year. We played against South Carolina. And it killed me and Mark on the sideline to see Marcus Lattimore rushing the ball for over 30-some times. And both of us combined had the ball 11 times. And so I touched the ball like 5 times. He touched the ball like 6 times. And so I'm talking about some of the ugliest stuff ever. And we got whooped 3 times that year. And the 3 times we got whooped, we was not running the ball, and we was not, we wasn't a balanced offense. And I get, that we we have a great quarterback, and we got some great receivers. But at the same time, ain't nobody winning without no run game.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, you're right on that. Now, Wes, you mentioned this a little bit earlier about the offensive line. We all know it takes time for an O-line to gel, especially with new guys on there. 3 games in, there's still inconsistencies. What's your take on that, and how do we get it corrected?
It's been interesting because you see a lot of the same issues in the interior 3 offensive linemen just not picking up. I don't think it's that we're getting beat. I think it's we're not picking up blitzes, especially the delayed stunts. They're just running right through the backfield untouched, and maybe these guys will pick it up. They should. They're going to get hammered this week, all week during practice, and they had some of the same mistakes against Mercer and against Miami. And hopefully, we should see it by week 3. They should start fine tuning. Week 4, they should have it. Well, week 4, week 5, they should be vets by this period. If we see some of the missed delayed stunts and the blitzes, if blitz pick up this next week, we're gonna have problems all season.
Wesley,
Wes,
let me tell you something.
Wes, do you think it's a communication issue?
Shane Beamer's press conference, and when he said Georgia has 5 stars on their defense, they got like 100 of them. He said they got a defensive lineman that's 340 that's faster than everybody on this call. And he said, damn, at the end of that. I'll tell you this. I was at that first game against Clemson. That Georgia front, it is everything that's advertised and then some. So whatever the issues are with this line, they better get it together. And don't sleep on Ole Miss. I studied Ole Miss and I broke down Ole Miss's defense. Ole Miss is going to be a problem. So all these issues that they're having,
not just Ole Miss. Man,
we're not going to have time because that game means Ole Miss is going to be a shootout. We don't have time to miss a beat. And against Georgia, that defense, I will say this, that Georgia defense, I wouldn't be surprised if they average less than 7 points a game this season.
Marvin, don't sleep on Arkansas. Look what Sam Pittman and them dudes doing.
Yeah, I like what Arkansas is doing.
Yeah.
I hear all that, but I'm telling you this. I watched Georgia's D-line up close and personal.
I know you did.
I was sitting damn near on the field. Them some big boys. They can run, they're athletic, and Kirby has them well coached. Watching that defense made me miss Kirby more than ever.
The thing is with that too, everybody look good until they play us at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I'm not, bragging, but I'm sitting there saying every year after year, we get these guys at 300 pounds. Well, we get those. We got the Marcel Darius guys. We got 10, 15 of them guys now. First, he was one of the only guys that, could move like he could. But now we're getting them everywhere. But, we still got to realize, too, that Nick is the GOAT when it comes to getting his team prepared for that week or for that game. He has been prepared for each game. We have had some situations where, we had a team that we never played or they
hold on. But Trent, can I ask you one question?
Yes, sir.
With all these battles, was Pete Golden involved in them when they were going left? Pete wasn't around for a lot of them. So now we got to account for Pete. It was different when we had Jeremy and Kirby calling the defenses. We got a jackass calling defenses now, man.
Tell us how you really feel. I agree with Trent though on that point. On the point on we have some boy dogs lining up against their boy dogs, and I don't think it's a personnel issue. I think we can match up man for man against anybody. I think
we can match,
but we've got to pick it up. We got to get off blocks.
And Wes, like I know, Wes, the team that I be most scared about, when it comes to defensive line, defense completely is Mississippi State because they just so strong, man. Look, we played against Mississippi State my last year in school. Them boys hit me so damn hard. I had to go in the locker room. And Wes, you was in there. I cussed everybody out. Like, what in the hell is y'all doing? Like, what is going on? I feel like it was 22 people in the backfield with me.
Right.
like, bro, what is wrong with y'all, man?
Hey, Trent, let me tell you something about Mississippi State. So when Jackie Sherrill was the coach there, they would go to all the junior colleges and they would get the top junior college players. Very rarely did they even sign players out of high school. All they were signing was JUCO guys. So you were out there playing against grown men. And when I say they had James Johnson running the ball, all them boys, Mississippi State was out there letting the low down with all them junior college dudes. They had like the prison rejects. Them boys were, yeah.
They were bringing it.
I believe you. And all of them stronger than the odds. And they ain't got no cuts at all, but they just strong as hell.
Yep.
That's right.
Straight out the field. Country strong.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta bring this.
In their mouth. They got the slugs in their mouth. They got the goals in their mouth. I'm looking at one dude. I'm like, bro, who Uncle you is? Why is you on this field with
I gotta bring this up.
I'm looking at him like I know you're a Q. I know you're a Q.
Yep. Steve,
really?
You hear that, Steve? He's talking
I
about
heard that. Come on, man. Don't do that. Don't do that.
But what are you rubbing, Steve? You ain't got no damn hair.
Hey, man. Hey, man, I ain't gonna lie. Bama made me grow some peach fuzz. I'm not gonna even lie to
you. Hey, man, I ain't gonna tell y'all no lie. I haven't been this nervous in the game in a long time. Saturday, I lost my shit Saturday. I turned off everything in the house. I'm just sitting there watching that game. I might have unplugged the refrigerator. I ain't want no noise. I needed to hear everything. I ain't been in there for a long time.
But Marvin, I'm telling y'all, man, y'all football players, man, y'all know, man, it was because of that offensive coordinator not running the ball. The whole momentum of the game changed. He went, and then Justin, as soon as I text you, I was like, why aren't they running the ball? The commentator put up the numbers, how many times Florida ran versus how many times we ran. And you know damn well you can't win no game just throwing the ball. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have balance.
And I know for a fact that Billy O'Brien knows better than that because I played for the New England Patriots when Billy O was there. And Belichick's stat is if we ran the ball 30 times a game, New England was like 90% winning if we just put up over 30 runs a game. And so Billy knows we got to run it.
That is so true because I know I played with the New England Patriots on the PlayStation, and all I did was run the damn ball.
That's all we had.
Well, but for me, one of the turning points in that game is when we had them on the 1 yard line and it was 3rd and 10.
Oh God!
And they throw the slant route to the guy, and number 2, he doesn't tackle the guy, he doesn't knock the ball down, he does this.
He just does this little float by thing.
DeMarco.
You know what? But you know what? He's been messing up. He's been messing up every game so far. He's been costing us plays. Now another one that pissed me the hell off is when Bryce Young. I think he did a bootleg. All he could have did was just tiptoe in. He want to try to throw the ball. I'm like, dude, when nobody. Come on, man.
You bring up a very good point. In 3 games now, Bryce Young has had the opportunity to pull the ball down and take off either for a big gain or a touchdown. But for some reason, he's hesitating. And why? Because he came in as the top dual threat quarterback coming into Alabama. So why is he not pulling the ball down?
Hey, man.
Well, because, you look at –
they don't want to see Bryce Young get hurt, man. I'm telling you. They coaching him. Do not
run.
I don't
even think it's that. Yeah, I don't even think it's that. I think it's the fact of he don't want to be seen just as a running quarterback. People get a possession of a quarterback. People get a possession of a quarterback. They still want to thank Tom Brady and they still want to thank Peyton Manning. But those are the GOATs. But his time is different now. You got this dual, third quarterback. Look at what Kyler Murray doing. You look at what Russell's doing.
Yeah,
Lamar Jackson. Thought Russell be what he is now. Yeah, Lamar Jackson. You look at what these guys doing. You look at, and one thing about Nick has always had a problem with a quarterback that can run.
Bingo. He don't want to be labeled.
Hey, I've said it before, and I'm gonna say it again. If Bryce Young gets hurt with the way he's playing, as far as being afraid to pull the ball down and run, I'm telling you, and I said it before, keep your eye on Jalen Milroe, because Nick Saban pretty much said that there's no second string quarterback. So that means what's his name? Bear Bryant's great grandson,
Paul Tyson.
He don't have that position locked down, and Jalen Milroe is coming. So
well, you know, I'll say this. I took the points in the first half on my bet, so they did cover them 8.5. Thank God. Some told me not to take them 15.5 for the game, but I'd been pissed if I had them. But I took the halftime. I took the first half line, so I can't. Listen, man.
You mad because you lost money. You mad because you lost money.
Yes.
I didn't lose money. I won. I took the first half.
Oh, okay.
But you're still wearing the shirt.
Yes.
He got to go, man. He got to. Listen, man. This dude makes the worst calls ever.
That was some terrible calling, man.
Terrible. Like, what are you thinking when you call some of these defenses? And the funny thing about this, so I'm on a call with two of my good friends. One of them is a coach, another Division I school, another is a coach in the NFL. And we were talking about this, and they said the exact same thing. He has to be blind, or he knows nothing about football. Like, bro, what the hell is he calling?
Marvin, I'm going to tell you when I know you lost it, because I lost it then. Bama had them 3rd and probably 20-something, or it was 2nd and 20-something. And this dude called, he didn't put any pressure on the court. He just sat back and let them throw. And he left the middle wide open. Now, I'm going to tell you something else, too. I haven't been up on Toa, whatever his name is, like y'all have. He was missing tackles. He was out of place the whole time. He was getting burned in the pass. That's just what it is. That's why I said,
time to unleash Moody, man. Time to unleash
It's time to unleash Moody. This dude, this Toa, whatever's good, I'm not sold on him. He was missing too many damn tackles to be a middle linebacker, Marvin. He was always getting burned. All that. So
he got too much Tennessee in him.
Yeah.
But Steve,
what
did I tell y'all after that first game? But it's Miami.
Yes, that was in my mind the entire game, Marvin.
Man, I told y'all I ain't putting no stock in none of that because they beat Miami. Miami's trash. I told y'all Miami's trash. I told y'all, catch me after Florida, catch me after Ole Miss, and then I'll tell you how I really feel.
Hey,
well,
man,
we just seen what happened with Florida, and I am worried because Lane Kiffin is going to whoop and hand Pete Golden his ass. Nick better call somebody to get some reinforcements. Because if he don't, Pete about to get his ass handed to him by Lane Kiffin.
Hey, again, I think we need to put Moody back in as starting middle linebacker. I really do, man, because
Steve, it don't matter who we have on the field. We can have Ray Lewis out there. As long as we got jackass calling these plays, put him in bad position, it don't matter.
Dude, but you got to no, Marvin. I don't understand. Okay, it's already.
Steve, it's 3rd and long. You got the middle of the field open. You let them get first downs. We all off the damn
I get it. But what I'm saying to y'all, come on, man, y'all football players. I blame the OC. All he had to do was run the ball down their throats. He refused to. Now it's like y'all. It's like I'm whooping your ass. And I just let up on you. You come back and beat the dog shit out of me because I let up. That's not Bama football. You got your foot on their neck. It's time to get that tide to rolling. It's time to start running the ball down their throat. He refused to do it. Man, we 2nd and 1. This he dropping back the pass. Come on, bro.
Well, maybe USC will hire him and take him off our hands. Maybe he'll take Pete with him.
Did I not tell y'all I was not sold on Bill O'Brien? I'm not sold on him. I'm sorry.
Right.
What I think the Roll Tide and Rise Up just brought up a good point. What about Jeremy Pruitt?
Yes, God.
Please call Jeremy.
I'm saying this. I'm saying this. If his show calls is over, please call him. If his show is over, call him.
Guys. Okay. Everybody, okay, I respect y'all saying Jeremy Pruitt and all these defenses, but nobody's still, and I don't know if y'all scared, but nobody's still addressing the reason that momentum turned was because of the offensive coordinator's calls.
We don't have a run guy.
I agree with that.
Steve, I said that it's a problem that we scored 21 points in the first quarter and we only scored 10 more points. Yeah, that's a problem within itself, but we also gave up 26 damn points in them other 3 quarters.
It's because it's because the offense went cold. Because they look.
No,
Yeah,
Steve,
you can't
I'm not gonna
lead.
let you
Yeah,
take
but
this
you listen,
blame
but you
off of
cannot
Pete.
lead that defense
He
out
earned
there.
all this
Look, we
shit.
can't.
You
You can't lead it. Thank you, Trent. Thank you, Trent.
No, you cannot lead that offense out there and suspect them to fight for us the whole game. No, we already scoring, back to back, but then we don't have no offense on the field because we leaving our defense out the field. No, that is a offensive problem. We cannot keep putting that on the defense. I learned that my sophomore year, bro.
And man, look, run the ball.
No matter how good that defense is,
run the ball and chew up the clock. Run the ball. Run the ball and chew. Hey, run the ball and chew up the clock.
Listen, but you got to realize this too, though. Now, when you got offense on the field for a long time, you're going to find some holes in that offense. So when the defense out there for a long time, you're going to find some holes in that defense.
Exactly.
So it's not. It's the offensive part to protect the defense. You get what I'm saying?
Protect each other.
They got to protect and put up points.
I'll say this to your point, Trent. When we played Tennessee in '99.
Oh God!
I think on our offense was sputtering. And
I bet I can throw the ball over that mountain.
Huh?
Marvin's talking about throwing the ball over the mountain.
Exactly. No, I'm talking about we ended up playing we played close to 80 snaps. When you play close to 80 snaps on defense, it will kill you. Yes, it'll kill you.
Marvin. I understand, and I understand perfectly well where you're coming from. You are a defensive-minded person. You are a freaking linebacker. Let me finish.
I'm agreeing with y'all, though, Steve.
Let me finish. But you are looking at stops. I love defense. I want stops. Stops is the Bama way. But the Bama way is also when we're going to run the ball down your throat and chew up this clock. Bill O'Brien was calling an unorthodox calls. He was calling crazy calls. And guess what? Every time they got an incomplete, what does the clock do? It stops. It gives them a chance to readjust and find out what we're doing.
You know what?
No balance.
Steve, you know what this game reminded me of when we played?
PlayStation?
No, when we played Ohio State in the semifinals. What was that? Back in 2014 when we were 21-6
Lane
in the first
Kiffin
half.
did the same thing. He did the
Lane
same thing.
started trying to get cute, and he trying to throw the ball everywhere, and we end up losing that game. That's what
Lane Kiffin did. That's right. Lane Kiffin did the same thing with Ohio State. So
maybe it's a learning experience for him, and Nick will chew his ass, and he'll get back to running the ball and let them horses do what they do. But that don't change the fact that
what,
Pete's
too, man? What he got to do, what them backs got to do too, though, man. One thing I noticed, they got to make sure they running hard enough for them folks to believe in them too. Like them backs got to get downhill, man, because it's some of them.
Trent, they ain't get a chance to. They never got it. You know what? I'm gonna tell you something.
No. I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm talking about in practice, and I'm talking about in the other games too. They didn't have. They should. Them backs got to give. When they do get that ball, they got to get that opportunity as well. We can trust y'all to put it in y'all hands. Now, one time when me and Mark and Eddie was back there, it felt like, we put it in their hands for the rest of the game, we're gonna lose. Or we got to pass the ball. So like I'm sitting there saying, backs ain't built like how we was built back in the day. You know what I mean? It's just different.
Hey, but Trent, let me say this. Did y'all not see how hard B-Rob was running? He was breaking tackles. It took
but that's why I said back. I ain't say back. Yeah, that's why I said backs. I ain't say back. I said backs. Now, I mean, that's a group of guys. That's a group that they running. Now, if B-Rob hot, that means if B hot, they need to run B. They need to run them.
That's my point. This dude was getting 3 and 4 yards a carry. Why are you taking him out?
He broke a 23-yard run to start the game.
Bruh, let me tell you something. The Bama I know is when Trent Richardson got hot, you ain't seen no more passing. All you saw was that little bow-legged retarded dude running.
Hey, Steve, he looked like the leprechaun running the ball, did he?
Yeah.
Hey, Marvin, chill out, little linebacker. Chill out. Stop that little linebacker.
I'm not even lying. My son, he was 1 or 2 at the time, and Trent was playing, and we had a rocking horse, and he would ride the horse. He called it Trent, and every time Trent would run, he would be, man, getting on that day. Run, Trent, run. Like, getting on it, man. Like, let the horse eat, baby.
Nice.
So Marvin, to your point, I was saying something before my flip phone ran out of minutes. I was saying this when you made a point about Ole Miss, and I just read an article. They said Bama's biggest challenge yet is Ole Miss. They didn't say nobody else, and they're right on, because this guy, he can't stop nobody. And how the hell you can stop a Lane Kiffin? We're gonna have to, you know what? We're gonna have to outscore Ole Miss. Where are we playing them, by the way?
In Tuscaloosa.
Oh hell.
Brandon,
Listen,
I may as well.
I'm gonna tell you this.
Reservation. I may as well go give me a reservation at the Moon Winks and go on. Come on down.
Have y'all seen who Vegas has listed right now as the current front runner for the Heisman?
Who?
Matt Corral.
Matt Corral.
Matt Corral, Ole Miss quarterback.
See?
Because them boys are doing work. And this is the best defense Ole Miss has probably had in the last 15, 20 years.
Now, and you know
what?
what?
I watched them boys. Them boys are good, Steve.
Hey Marvin, Marvin, guess what? Marvin, guess who Ole Miss practicing for every day? They ain't practicing nobody.
Alabama.
That's right.
See, but hold on, Steve. And here's the thing about it. We play Ole Miss next Saturday, October the 2nd. Who Ole Miss got this week?
Nobody.
They got a bye week.
It's
they
a
got
tune-up
2
game.
weeks to prepare.
Yeah.
But the thing about that, man, if you look at all the big teams that we play, they always got the bye week before they play us, and that's one thing I think about it.
That's true.
Anytime we done had a bye week, I don't buy into that bye week stuff.
Trent, let me ask you a question though.
Yeah.
You give Lane Kiffin 2 weeks to prepare for a team. You don't think that he finna be deadly?
I just think that statistically, bro, anytime we done had a bye week at Bama, we did not do our best job. Because every time we play LSU, we got a bye week before LSU. I know when I played the game of the century, we got our ass whooped 9-6. Know what I mean? We didn't get whooped, but we lost 9-6. That we had a bye week before that.
That wasn't the question, though, Trent.
No, I think Lane Kiffin. I think he overthinks it.
No, I just
2 weeks.
You know what, Marvin? You know what?
I think you get Lane Kiffin 2 weeks off, he gonna have a party down there.
There you go.
You know what? Hey, Marvin. The reason you're concerned is because not only is Lane Kiffin having 2 weeks off, he got 2 weeks off against Pete Golden.
Exactly. That's my whole point.
What you get, baby?
That's my whole point. And Pete doesn't audible well when the offense is audible. You watch the checks that Bama make when that offense audibles and shifts. They don't make many checks like they used to. They just going with a lot of the stuff that they have. That's why they're caught in such bad positions.
But I think the 2 weeks though. I think somebody like Lane Kiffin overthinks himself. They get too cute and too smart, and they throw out too much. They just throw in stuff and see what sticks against the wall. I'm with Trent on this.
Yeah, because even when we have our bye week, we don't just practice for the LSU. We are practicing like Mississippi State, whoever left on the calendar. We'll do one day of Mississippi State. We'll do 1 day of let's say Tennessee, whoever it is. But then we'll do LSU like the last day or the last couple of days. Not saying then go into the week with that. So we don't really just practice LSU stuff. Now we'll watch film. But we didn't really practice like there, you know what I mean? We're actually going to have camp practice when we go, on a bye week.
Let me ask
you
y'all a question.
It's kind of like,
Go ahead.
You good. Go on. I want your question.
This is for everybody on here. Name me any coaches that you have ever seen or heard of when the ball snapped. Do this.
Just Lane.
And then it ain't a touchdown.
Yeah.
Spurrier used to do that back in the 90s.
Well, my boy, look, back when I was playing, my boy McElwain used to do it. My boy McElwain used to do it.
I'm gonna tell you something too. Lane almost beat us with a less talented team when we played Tennessee, and Mount Cody saved us.
He almost beat us last year, Steve. We
gotta think
escaped last year.
And you got to think, with that being said, somebody bested Nick Saban. What happens when Nick Saban feels like somebody's gotten the best of him the year previously? He comes back with a vengeance and more prepared than he was the previous year to prove a point.
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, he definitely will. I mean, one thing about Nick, man, you're not gonna embarrass him too many times. Not twice. You know what I mean? You might embarrass him. You might get him one time, but that second time, you're not gonna get him. And you know they beat him. I didn't know Ole Miss beat us 2 years in a row since Nick done been there. You know,
it was on some
It
was on some fluke stuff though. It was on some fluke stuff. Number one, they had a lot of players with 27, 28. You know, they were doing a whole lot. So yeah, it was a lot of fluke stuff, man. So yeah.
I was gonna say that's the only team to beat us 2 years in a row.
Yeah, bouncing off helmets.
Yeah.
Hey, Marvin, we got a question for you from the audience. Steve Dean says, Marvin, is this Georgia defensive front better than the one Tua and Bama faced in 2018 championship?
Listen, man, I kid you not. I watched Clemson, and I talked to the coaches at Clemson before and after the game to get their honest opinion, because I'm friends with a lot of them because they played at Alabama. And they had no answers for him. Double team, triple team. 99 gave them that work. 96 gave them that work. 44 gave them that work. No matter what scheme that they tried to do to block them boys, it didn't. They sacked Clemson quarterback 7 times. That doesn't include all the times they knocked him down and hurried him. Clemson's quarterback was on the ground.
Hey, Marvin, you gotta realize,
Marvin, you gotta realize Clemson is not that team this year. They damn near beat the. Play last week.
But this is what I'm saying, though, Steve.
Yep.
If you got 3 people trying to block one man, though, Steve, and 3 people can't block one man.
Alabama got.
Hold on, Steve.
But that's not. Yeah, but that's not Alabama though, man.
Alabama got the offensive line to do that though. If he'll go in and run the ball and grind, they got the offensive line to do that. See, one thing about Clemson. Think about this. Clemson was running away from Georgia. They were doing all this. Alabama. The Alabama I know runs at you no matter what you do.
We're going to run straight at him. We running straight at him.
Yes.
We running straight at him and let
after
you know.
We played Florida, we wasn't running at nobody.
Of course. We tired.
Listen, but it wasn't nothing Florida was doing. It wasn't nothing Florida was doing to keep us running from them. We were just doing different stuff.
Listen, Marvin. Okay, let me ask the question.
All I'm saying is I seen them up close and personal. I'm not going to take nothing from him. If a guy's good, I'll tell you he's good. If he's trash, I'll tell you he's trash.
He's just big, Marvin.
Marvin, but you play for Bama in '99, so you don't get the same. You know, it ain't the same.
Okay,
so.
another thing, Marvin.
It's not. It's changed.
Marvin. We gotta.
I know what talent look like.
Marvin, we got an ex-pro lineman right here on our show. I'm gonna ask him which do you like doing better, pass blocking or run blocking?
Run blocking all day.
Thank you. He get to punish somebody.
You get to punish folks. Get to put them on their heels, and that's how you set up the pass block.
We are good, but I don't think our coaches are maximizing the potential that we have. That's my point.
Hell no, we got Pete Golden over there. We ain't maximizing.
No, hey, Steven's going to have a Billy O shirt like your Pete Golden shirt soon, Marv.
Exactly.
Hey, man, I promise you, I was watching the game. I was stabbing the TV screen with a fork. This is the same fork.
Keep a fork with you everywhere. Hey, I'm more worried about that. I need to. Crazy, man. We need to unpack that fork issue you have there.
Yeah. We need to talk about that.
Yeah, it's like I'm kind of jealous.
Hey, but seriously,
he got a can of Vienna sausages and sardines over there for dinner.
So, I do.
I mean, I even use myself, man. I got heckled by a whole bunch of Florida fans that game. I would have to pull the pocket knife back out, but I was like, no, pocket knife, Steve, ain't come back out. Put the pocket knife back.
So number one, the reason they heckled
did you take the pocket knife in the stadium?
Did you go to the game? You went to the game?
I was there.
Wow.
Yeah, Hood Steve was about to come out again.
It was on
Wesley.
me. It was on me.
His glass frames come apart, and it's a pocket knife.
Man, stop playing, man. I know y'all playing.
Hey, it's a sport. It's a sport. You know.
Yeah, it is.
Steve, you call him Blank Man?
How about they got that Blank Man? Don't touch me.
Hey, man. Hey,
Hello,
I want to take the time out real quick. to congratulate my son. We just came from karate, and he had a white belt, and he was so terrible they just gave him a leather belt for church. So and told him to go pray. So what? So we got a new leather belt here. So
he his daddy child, boy.
I know.
If I was him, I'd go hide that damn belt.
Yes.
If I was him, I'd go hide the belt.
Yeah.
I do have to bring up something, for both of you guys. One of the traits from your generations that y'all shared was brutal physicality. Your intensity was never came into question. It wasn't demanded. It was just something you did. Why is there drop off from this group when it comes to intensity and physicality?
Because they soft. This whole generation.
I just think people, I think it's a different generation. I just think people are expecting too much out of this group. I think these groups are going to be overachievers instead of just being, a straight dominant team. That's just like the team the year I left. The next year they went down there and played Notre Dame and won in Miami. But that group there, we didn't expect that group to do that. We expect that group was an overachiever. Mm-hmm. So I don't think, these group of guys here are those guys that, to sit there and be like, oh, yeah, they're going to be rah-rah and they're going to go out there and dominate every play. No, I think they're going to work through it and they're going to get it done and they're going to win. But it's going to come through like some hard work.
Tell the truth, Trent. You just go ahead and say it. They're entitled.
Exactly. And the worst thing that could have happened to college football, number one, is this transfer portal thing. Whatever happened to working through it. Whatever happened to that? Nobody wants to work through it. And now the coach say something out the way to you. You don't like. You ready to transfer? You don't want. Is a lot of. Let's keep it real. There's a lot of prima donnas out here now. It's not.
And what's sad about it. And what's sad about it? These coaches are passing up on these kids. These kids coming out of high school and they're not getting an opportunity because they're waiting on the transfer portal. That's sad, man.
Yep.
Like for real, that's bad.
Hey, man, let me tell you something. And back then, coaches were brutal. My coach made me play without a face mask. Everybody had a face mask but me. I worked through it. What? Don't judge me. Don't judge me.
What was her name?
It seems to me these guys are more worried about being Instagram famous and putting little catchphrases on there to draw attention to themselves than focusing on football. That's all I saw today.
That's what name and likeness do, baby.
Hey, Justin, you know what?
I'm about to change my son's name from TJ to Baby Jordan. I'm telling you. I want to out the real.
Hey, you know what? Somebody just made a great comment. James Knox. They said, I believe Coach Saban should bring Bill O'Brien's ass down to the field. I believe that too. So he can cuss his ass out in person.
Thank you. He need to do that.
Cuss his ass out in person so we can see it. We need to know.
Exactly. Everybody else had to do it.
Steve, that's what made Lane Kiffin who he is.
Exactly.
Bring his ass down to the field. Bring him down.
Look, man, y'all trying to see Coach Saban blow a blood vessel on the court, on the field. Man. Stop it, man.
Man, he got to work with Pete Gold. His blood vessel's already about to pop.
He loves some Pete Golden though. I mean, he's like the golden child.
Okay, so
we got $250,000 raise, Wes.
He what?
It's mind blowing. He sees something that I don't, and I can't question him because he wins championships.
Time out, Wesley. Did you say he sees something that you don't? So you're admitting Pete's trash.
Yeah. You just admitted it. Hey, man. Hey, you know what? Hey, Marvin. He did it the classic white guy way, y'all. I don't see one ex-black players, attorney Samuel Jackson. Yes, he deserved to die, and I hope he burned in hell.
Hey, Wesley, I'm gonna put your shirt in the mail.
Bless his heart. Bless his heart.
Look at Wes. Weston, bless his heart. Weston turned to one of those TV preachers. Are you blessed?
Yeah, right. Hey, we're praying for him. We're praying for
West,
you.
hey man, West turned to West Austin. Just Meanwhile,
Hey, man, I hope Coach Saban, listen.
Meanwhile, Trent at the bottom of the screen. I hope he died, and I hope he burned in hell.
But Steve, did you see how Wesley tried to slip it in though?
Yeah,
He see something I don't see.
Just keep it moving. Keep it moving.
hey, West is
Look,
a
man,
professional.
I hope Coach Saban or any one of them guys they'll get no clip of this podcast because we're gonna be banned from Alabama for life.
Hey man, the thing is, West is a constant professional, and he came on the wrong show. We're not professional here, sir.
No, we're not. We're so far from.
I don't have no bottoms on. I don't care.
Yeah.
We good.
But you know what, though, Steve? I'm great friends with Ashley, Kimball, Cedric Burns, several people on the staff. I talk to them all on a regular basis. But I'm sticking to what I'm saying. Pete Golden is trash. I'm sorry. It is what it is, man.
Man, hold up, y'all. We not gonna get past the part that this man just said he ain't got no bottoms on, man. What the hell is going on?
Just let it happen, Trent. Just let it happen.
Hey, don't stand up. Do not stand up.
Yeah, don't ask questions. Trent, do not ask that question.
Take a bow, Steve. Take a bow, Steve.
Hey man, I left my bottoms at the Moonwings in Tuscaloosa. You know?
That's where Pete's playbook is.
It's funny that you was talking about the Moonwings. Hey Trent, I'm gonna ask you a question. Nah. So I'm from Tuscaloosa, so I grew up on 13th Street, Alberta City. In that area. That's where a lot of my folks were. I don't even know if you remember this or not. It was the day after that tornado happened in Tuscaloosa, and we were down there cleaning up. And I ran across you. You were at that Piggly Wiggly in Alberta City, just standing in that parking lot out there. I don't even know if you remember that or not.
Yeah. I remember that. Matter of fact,
Wes, have you? Wes, do you know what the Moonwings is? You ever heard of the Moonwings, Wes?
I don't even know what it is.
Yeah, it's a motel. It's one of the motels. If you go in,
know what that is.
Look.
Yeah.
The Moonwings is a hotel in Tuscaloosa. If you go in there, they'll give you crabs in a jar. Just tell them.
How you know that, Steve?
I've never even heard of it.
Hey, Marvin, there go West getting white again. I've never even heard of it.
He's in politics now, so he has to deflect.
Justin been in there.
He gonna call Justin after it's over, tell him to scrub him from this video.
Yeah.
I don't know those guys.
So I was talking,
but Trent, I seen you that day, man. And the thing I want to say to you was, man, it was a lot of people going through a lot of things. I had just came to town for the sole fact of helping my family, man. And you talked to a lot of people that day. I had just stopped there to get some water for my folks and try to get some things in order. Mm-hmm. And you talked to a lot of people that day. You don't know how many people you actually impacted that day, man, because a lot of my family, a lot of my friends, and a lot of other people, man, they were going through a very rough time. But the moment I get out of my truck, I see you out there in that parking lot talking to a lot of people. And I don't think you understand, man. I grew up in that area. I grew up on that street. I seen everything that I knew growing up completely wiped off the earth, man. So for you to be out there talking to so many people that I personally know, man, that was big of you. I want to tell you that. I don't know if you remember or not, but you were in that Piggly Wiggly parking lot, well, where the Piggly Wiggly used to be all day. But you were in that parking lot over there talking to people that day. I had just got to the city getting supplies.
Oh, I thought you was going to expose him for being at the Moonwings.
I did too. I'm like,
nah, that was big.
Like, wait a minute, what?
That's crazy you say that, bro.
Justin, what'd you do, Justin? What'd you do?
I was like, hold on, Martin. I'll tell you your story.
Hey, man,
hold on, Justin.
Hold on.
That's
what you say, Trent? Now it's crazy. What?
Look, that's crazy you said that because I had, we had our spring game a couple days before that, and I had just had sports hernia surgery. And they you know how they do. They let us go through the whole spring. Then we go get our our nicks and nats cleaned up. And so I went to go get my surgery done. I came back that next day. The tornado hit us that same day. And so I wasn't like that. That was my rehab to walk around because I was supposed to be going to the complex, and we couldn't get to the complex. And so what I did, man, I was trying to check on people because I used to hang out down there because I used to get my hair cut down there. My barber was down there. And so I knew Jaja, she did my dreads and stuff. Like, everybody know, if you get your dreads done, that's what, I was checking on them.
Right.
And I was checking on some, more people because it was a lot of players that stayed in that area too. So I was running checking on people and talking to them, man, because at the end of the day, you never know who, life that, they can change yours and they can change mine. You know what I mean? I can change theirs, just by talking to them. So that meant a lot to me, man, just to see people.
So Trent, we got something. We got something in common. So you had surgery like 3 days before the tornado.
Yeah, I had sports.
Me too. I had my hemorrhoids removed, and what?
But the thing I wanted to say to you though, Trent, man, was thank you though, because again, you never know who's watching and who sees what in life. Because you didn't think that I would have saw you at that Piggly Wiggly like that talking to the people that day.
If it was Pete Golden, would you be saying the same thing to him?
I'd have threw that case of water in his ass.
Wes, so you said you played with Bill O'Brien and Bill O'Brien's offense. You did?
That's right. Well, no, he was the graduate assistant.
So why can't you give him a call and tell him to run the damn ball? Can you do that, please, sir?
Matter of fact, call him right now. Put him on FaceTime.
Yeah.
Let us see. Well, guys, we're coming up on the end of the show, but before we go into the closing segment, what's the focus now going into Southern Mississippi? What's something you want to see? What is Saban doing now?
No, this is what I want to see. No Pete Golden. We want to see no Pete Golden. Obvious.
Trent, I'll start with you, man. I'll start with you, Trent, man. What is the team's focus now going into Southern Miss after everything that happened this past Saturday?
Man, for real, I want to see the whole offense. I definitely want to see the run game and some of them younger guys out there. But I mean, let's get our old heads some shine. Let them build up their numbers and build up their their personality. Their what are they going to be the identity of the team? Like, you got to build that up with the older guys, because right now we still don't know what's our identity yet. And it's fourth game in the season. Like, we got to find that identity soon, because if we don't, we're gonna just be out there playing ball. You know what I mean? You gotta have you gotta have that tradition about you when it comes to that time.
I agree. I'd like to see zone runs. Let B-Rob just keep feeding them until they can't take it anymore. Let them know, hey, we're not going to pass it until we score 2 touchdowns. And that's an old offensive lineman in me, but I just want to see us physically dominate, just impose our will on them, because we should be able to, and we can do it.
Absolutely.
I want to see the offense really perform. I want to see them tighten up and get themselves in a position where we can go out against Ole Miss and truly execute the way we need to. And another thing that I want to see is I want to see our punt return game actually take that next step. I don't think that our return game and punt has been what it's been the past probably 5 or 6 years. It's nowhere near. In the past, you punt the ball to us, it might go to the house. We might rip off 20 or 30 yards. It seems like now all we're doing is fat catching. And I definitely want to see this defense get off the damn field on 3rd downs. My God. Like, the reason why you're on the field for 80 plays is because you can't get off the field on 3rd down. It's 3rd down and long, man.
Well, you know what? I would like
the field.
I'm with Wes. I would like to see the offense run more. I really would. I'm in full agreement with one of our spectators. I would like to see more Jalen Moody. I would like to see that. And pretty much the defense, it needs to be. It's crazy, man. That it's crazy how talented our defense is, but we look so bad because we're always in the wrong place because of terrible play calling.
Hey, Steve, let me ask you one question. Going into this season, this is all you heard. Might be Alabama's most talented group, Alabama's best defense, Alabama's this, Alabama. That's all you heard going into the season.
They say that every year, man.
No, they were really on it this year.
They said that
selling this defense. Yep. And that's why I told Justin and Steve and other Steve, it's Miami, man.
No, you know what? The thing is, what pisses me off is Trent. Real talk. We heard that and everybody was like, "Nah, Alabama's most talented defense." Well, I got to really see this because Trent. I'm telling you, they were pushing down. The media was pushing down our throats. Now we see this Florida game, and we're like, okay, what happened to this defense? Now the thing is, if that defense is so talented from top to bottom, it has nothing to do with them. It only has something to do with the coach. The coach got to put them in positions to make sure they can exercise their talent. And and it's crazy. So
I got 3 things I want to see moving forward. So
you want to see?
You see probably all of them already.
All right, look, man, I got 3 things moving forward. So number 1, y'all tripping. Number 1. Trey Sanders, man. I definitely want to see more Trey Sanders because all that man is, all that young man has been through. Definitely want to see him more so on the field. Number 2, I want to see now we can see the psychology of Nick Saban with the players. Saban has been saying this for a minute. Y'all think y'all big stuff. Y'all not big stuff. And now that we've seen this game against Florida, now the players are finally understanding this is what Coach Saban's been trying to tell us. And then you look at Monday, Will Anderson spoke to the media and was like, we ain't playing Bama ball. We ain't being dominant. We ain't doing what we're supposed to be doing. So now you got Will Anderson speaking. Now the psychology is starting to take place. So I want to see that continue to build as Bama builds its identity like Trent was talking about. So that's number 2. And then number 3, I mean, like y'all mentioned, seeing the whole offense kind of evolve and show itself. But I'm really looking forward to seeing the psychology of this team because I think Saban got him right where he want him now.
Mm-hmm. Hey, man, I just want to see 4 quarters of Bama intensity. That's all I want. Because, it starts off first, second quarter, and then it drops off after halftime.
I want to see.
Saban might have him right where he want him, but damn, Pete's still in the equations.
I want to see Jaleel. I want to see Jaleel Billingsley get more than 1 target in the game.
Oh yeah, that too.
He had that 1 touch.
Yeah, but I mean, Jaleel got to do what he got to do off the field too, man. Jaleel got to do what he got to do in practice, man.
He got it. Yeah, he got to stay out of that Waffle House.
Yeah, it should be no reason right now. Like why is people instead of questioning about your attitude towards the game and towards your teammates? Come on, man. Like it's stuff like that, man. Like that will hurt the program because you think you bigger than the next person. Come on, man.
Trent, but you know what, Trent? You know what, Trent? I'm gonna tell you something. I think you got some people. He's a talented brother, but you got some young people who are not ready for success. You caught those couple of touchdowns last year, and you get the spotlight on you, and now you think it's all about you, and you don't want to work as hard. So that could be so now I think what Coach Saban is doing is putting him back where he needs to be. Sir, this is team. It ain't all about you. And I think hopefully when he caught that touchdown against Florida, hopefully he will see that yes, my team is all about team. It ain't all about me. You see what I'm saying? So we'll see. You made a great point, Trent. You made a great point.
Absolutely. Well, let's go ahead and move into our closing segment. Go ahead, Trent.
Yeah, I know because we asked to see players and this and that. I mean, but them players got to do what they got to do at practice. Mm-hmm. They got to do what they got to do off the field. Because it be a lot of players get in trouble off the field that Nick, cover up a lot of that stuff, man. Because I'm telling you, like, we had guys getting in all type of BS when I was there, man. And it'd be like, well, Nick never bring this out to the press, or the press will never hear it because, Nick's taking the blame for these guys not being on the field. That's just the type of guy he was. And so, man, people got to understand, too, like, behind scenes, we don't know what's going on. We do not know what's going on. So, I mean, like, when I heard that Bill name, Bill definitely got to do what he got to do at practice, on the field, and off the field, too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's go ahead and move into our closing segment. First thing I want to do, Marvin, if you would, man, talk about 40 Plus Strong, talk about the book, and tell us how everybody can get involved.
Yeah. Well, you can find a copy of the book if you're looking for it at 40plusstrong.com, 40plusstrong.com. Again, man, the book is doing what the book does, man. We've changed a lot of lives, getting people to understand that, you know, as you move into your late 30s and your 40s, that your body does not operate the way it used to. And it's still not too late for you to get in shape and have those fitness goals. It just takes a different approach, man. So, you know, we just doing that, and got a few things we've been working on, you know, talking to a few, you know, former athletes, some all pros, future Hall of Famers. We got some things in the works we about to drop.
Hey, man, and I want to piggyback on Marvin's book, man. Get that book. I've been working out with it as well, man. If you look at me from the side, I've developed man boobs. So get the book.
Now, Trent, if you would, man, pop what you got going on with the Combine, the TR3 network, everything you have in the works right now.
Well, right now, man, we definitely we having a combine, you know, really a tryout for, you know, guys, you know, who didn't get an opportunity, who need a chance, who, you know, who want to, you know, have a pro career out there in Mexico. It's the same thing as the Canada League, same thing as the NFL, just out there in Mexico. And when they came to me with opportunity, I was like, man, I don't know nothing about no soccer. I don't know why y'all come to me. But they was like, no, American football. They was, you know, and they sat there and told me, like, man, come out there, you know, see do you like it, see do you like the area. And I went out there, fell in love with it. They offered me a deal that I couldn't turn down. It's only an 8-week season. They got, you know, some of the teams are in Cancun, Progreso, Cabo, Chihuahua, some other places too. I can't name them right off the top of my head. I mean, but it's some beautiful, safe places, man. And, you know, they really want to, you know, show the world that, you know, Mexico is bigger than cartel and drugs. I mean, that place there is beautiful, man. Mind you, Arizona. And I'm having a trial October the 24th at Clay Chalkville for everybody. All 8 teams, all 8 owners, all 8 head coaches will be there. And, man, it's an opportunity for them guys who did not get that, you know, with the HBCUs. I mean, the HBCUs were still playing, and the draft was going on. So it's guys like that who didn't, or guys that, you know, getting put out because of the transfer portal. You know, it's guys like that, or guys who got in trouble in high school who didn't get the opportunity to go to the next level because of a bonehead mistake, because you're a kid. So we're taking guys that's 18 and older. As long as you can ball, you can have a career out there in Mexico. And they need Americans. American football is not American football without Americans. So, I mean, guys, go out there and take this opportunity, because it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
No, Steve, they don't need any equipment managers or towel boys. They don't need that, Steve.
Hey, Wes, with some of those destinations he was talking about, maybe you should come out of retirement and play a 8-week season.
I think I'd be good for about a play and a half, and then after that, I'm done. I'm done.
If you need a consultant or a hype man, I'm down to go to Cancun now.
Hype man. Hype man.
Progreso and Reynosa down there on the border of McAllen. I can tell y'all about that place.
Hey, you talking hype man? Hold on, hype man. I got you on that.
But Trent, for real talk, we're really proud of everything you're doing, and we're watching, man, supporting.
Trent, let's get it. Trent, let's get it.
Anything we can do to help.
Let's get it, Trent.
Hold on. Is that a race car helmet?
No, this is my helmet from high school.
Where's that?
What the hell?
Let's get it, Trent. What's the date and time?
You look like the baby egg from the Easter commercials.
Hey, what he ain't gonna tell y'all is that's the helmet he had to wear in class and on the bus.
Where's the candy necklace they gave you? Well, and tell us what's going on with you. Tell us about the campaign trail. We talked a little bit about before we jumped on. If you would, tell the audience what's going on with you and your wife.
Oh, yes. So we are crisscrossing the state. My wife, Katie Britt, is running for the United States Senate. And so she announced June 8th, and we've been through 45 counties, got back from Colbert County today, went to Lauderdale County and Coleman County now. Getting out, we want everybody to see Katie, know what she stands for, and know that she will fight for all Alabamians and make sure that we are represented in DC and fight for the American dream for our children, our children's children. It's real. It's a generational election, and we can't have crazy anymore.
That's what's up.
Absolutely.
Hey Marvin, you see this Central High School,
Coach Reed.
That's
the box.
Notre Dame box. That's what I played for. So see,
Well,
I see now. Go. You better look at. Okay.
Well, before we get out of here, let's go around the room, get predictions of the game this weekend. Wes, I'll start with you. What's your prediction of the USM game, and who's going to be your standout player on offense and defense?
Southern Miss, they always play Alabama hard. They come in. You got a lot of young men with chips on their shoulders that wanted to play at Alabama. So they're going to give us their best. But at the end of the day, their best is nowhere close to Alabama's good. And we'll show up. We'll win 45 to Alabama's defense. Pete Golden's going to have those boys ready, Marvin. He's going to have them ready. 45-10. Alabama.
My prediction was actually 48-10, only because it's Southern Miss. I'll give you that one.
Yeah, we're going to, and we're going to Will Anderson. We're going to move him back out, keep him outside on the rush lanes, just destroying some of their offensive tackles. Hopefully, get some one-on-one situations. We got to create matchups where he gets one-on-one. That's on Pete Golden there. And then on the offense, I want to see our running backs eat. But those standout players. I'm going to look for our interior 3 offensive linemen to come out, to communicate, and to pick up blitzes. That's what I want to see, and we got to see it this week, and I'm expecting it.
Hey, Marvin, real quick, before the game starts, will you have those shirts available for the audience who are going to the game?
Man, I would have the mask reduced.
We'll have that available in our gift shop, guys, so be on the lookout for that. Marvin, your thoughts on the game?
Also, my muffler from Tokyo Drift. We got that.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a 48-10 score. Southern Miss just doesn't have enough horses, so even with Pete Golden calling jackass calls, the defense should still dominate. I think our speed and athleticism will overcome his calls, and we'll be fine 48-10. Again, I'm not so much as worried about this team from Mississippi. It's the next team from Mississippi we got to play that has me wondering how things are really going to go. And I want to see more out of JoJo Earl. I want to see him returning punts. I want to see him back there giving us that dynamic advantage that we've had at punt return in the past. Because, again, if we're catching punts and we're doing fair catches, we're not changing field position. You got to change field position on punts, and we haven't been doing that. And in order to change field position on punts, you got to have a dynamic return guy. I get it. You want a sure hand guy back there too. But if the sure hand guy runs a 4.7, he ain't doing us no good when we trying to change field position.
Hey, Steven, I got a question from the audience. Do you remember Freddie Bowles?
Of course I do. I remember Freddie Bowles. Yes, I remember. Yeah, great standout high school football player. Great. Yeah.
Well, Trent,
as far as my prediction, I'm going to say Bama 38. I'm going to give, just because Pete Golden, I'm going to say 20. I'm going to give them 20 points. I mean, I'm not sold on them yet. That's
you were after that Miami game. You backtracking now? Man.
No, I'm saying I'm giving Southern Miss 20 points and Bama.
No, but you was talking about how good the defense looked after the Miami game. You
you know what, Marvin, you made a believe out of me because you were hollering, but it's Miami, and you're right. And you saw what, you're right. So like I said, I just hope that Bama does not look past them and look past them and look at Ole Miss coming.
Trent, what's your thoughts on the game?
I go 43-6, and I say that because we just gonna overpower them. We're gonna outplay them. We got too much talent. But hopefully your boy Pete, he shut them down this weekend. I think he gonna make a believe out of you this weekend, man.
He won't make a believe out of me until after I see what he do against Ole Miss.
Oh, man.
But, yeah, I definitely don't want them to overlook this team because at the end of the day, when we play these teams that's not ranked, we always play down to their level. And I'm not sitting there saying that these teams are not good, but we're not playing the Bama way.
Absolutely. Stephen M. Smith.
So I definitely want us to go play the Bama speed, put the 4 quarters together.
Absolutely. Stephen M. Smith, you the remaining person, man. Give us your thoughts and how do we use this game to calm things down a little bit?
Well, I got 42-7. I think between the Mercer game, the Miami game, and the Florida game, like I said, I think the psychology of Coach Saban's kicking in now. Because I think the players get, okay, this is why Saban kept yelling at us. This is why Saban kept blowing off at us in press conferences. We finally get why he was doing that, because he wants us to be relentless from the moment the ball is kicked off to the end of the football game. And I think you're going to see that against Southern Miss. My defensive player of the game is going to be Byron Young. It's time for Alabama to start rotating these defensive linemen in here. We see a lot of Fidarian Mathis, a lot of Dale, a lot of Boyd B, but Byron Young's an animal. And I think here's a game where people are going to finally see we need to get 47 more so involved in football games. Offensively, I agree with Wes offensively. Being able to run the football more in this game, and for the defensive line, communicate better, pick up these blitzes. And this is, Javion Cohan at left guard. This is Emil Ekio at right guard. Pick up those blitzes. Darian Dalcourt at center. You communication control. Make sure things are, taken account for. So definitely 42-7.
All right, good deal. Before we go, shout out to Bama
Thank
Pro
you, Coach.
Updates, Whitwell Sports, and a live chat. What's that?
I said thank you, Coach.
All right, guys. Thank y'all for coming on tonight. Have a great.
Thank you. Roll Tide.
Yeah, roll tide, everybody. Y'all have a great night.
Roll Tide, man.